Hello friends, welcome to our channel, and today's our topic is data validation and what are its benefits. You can see here the table in which we will discuss our examples. So first you can see here serial number. So in the serial number we have to write the values. So I just write here 1, 2 and 3, and after creating a pattern I just select the cells and drag it down, so it will automatically create a pattern for itself. So you can see here it has made the values. Now in the quantity you can write here the values, or you can use your formula. So I just use your ran between formula bracket open, and in this formula I just restrict my values from 10 to 50 and close the bracket. Now you can see here 37, and you just need to drag it down, so it will automatically create the values. But what's the issue in it? The issue is that if I select any cell, so it will change the value. To make it constant, you can select all the cells, create copy, go here in the section, after right click, and you can see here paste, and here you can see paste values. So we can just select the paste values, and now if I just double click on any cell, the values remain constant. Now we have used the data validation magic. So how we can use data validation function will help us to restrict the cells and will help us to restrict the data. For example, if I write here the fruit, and in the fruit I just write a category like apple, mango, banana and grapes, and suppose we will deal in both four fruits. So how we can restrict our cell to write only these types of fruits? If our column uses any other cell, so it will restrict it. So how we can use here data validation. So how we can use data validation? You can go here in the home tab, and in the home tab you can see the data validation. I just click here, so it gives me the format, like I want the whole numbers, decimal, so we have the list. So I just click here, and it says the source. We just use all our array of fruits, so you can see it reflect the address. Now I just press here OK, so it has restrict this cell. You just need to drag it down for the implementation of our formula on the whole array. So now here you can see it gives us the values, like it gives us the 4 values, or it gives us the 4 types of fruits, because we have also restrict it to using only these type of fruits. So you can see here apple, and if I just write here mango, so it will accept because mango is already in our list. Now for suppose if I just write here grapes, it will also accept it. And if I just write here peach, so you can see peach is not in our record. So if I just press here enter, so you can see it gives the error. This means it's restrict our cell to put the selected values. This is how the data validation function works. We can use only the restricted values, and we can only use the restricted cells. Let's look another example of the data validation. You can see here the column in which the roll number we have to write, in which we have to write the class name and the students. For the students, I can use any random values like James, Harry and John, Michael and Peter, David, James, or James I have already used here. Now I use here Ronald and Tom. So I just use the name of some of the persons, and I use here the values. Oh sorry, I have used here the names. Now I just give the class, like in 6th class it is in 8, he is in 8, he is in 7, 6, 5, 2, 3, 9th, and I select these cells, and make it central number. Now we will use the data validation for roll numbers. So in the school we have the pattern like using the roll number of 4 digits. So how we can restrict ourselves to use only 4 digits letters? If it use more than or less than 4 digits, it will create an error. So how we can use here again data validation function. Go here in the data validation, and in the cells it says us the values. So you can see here, first I just erase the data, and now go here in the data validation. You can see here the whole number. So what we have to do, first I just clear here, and here you can see it cleared all the data. And now we just click on any value. It says either you want to make the restriction of the whole numbers, either the decimal, list, date, time, text, or custom. So we want to restrict into the whole numbers. For suppose if we write here apple, so it restricts us because we have create a restriction of whole number. Now it says gives the duration or gives the minimum or maximum. So for the 4 digits value, or for the 4 digit roll number, we start from 1001, and we will end our roll number after using the triple or fourth 9. This is the restriction. You can restrict it more, like for suppose you can restrict it to use only 1001 to 10 or 100. So I just restrict it and select the cell, and here you can see the restriction is done here. So for suppose if I just write here 1001, it accept it because we have created the restriction. Now for suppose if I just write here 10 and press here enter, so you can see it restrict us because we have used the restriction of 4 digits. I just use here the 4 digits, so it will accept. And if I just write any value like more than 4 digits, so you can see it gives the restriction. This is all we have done with the data validation. We have the multiple options, like we can restrict by date, we can restrict by the decimals. This is all the power of the data validation. If you face any confusion in this type of video or in this example, you can write in our comment section. Please share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.